We are live.
मेरे को एक वो डालनी होगी.
Hi, Simapit.
Hi Takir, hello, how are you?
Hi. We are good. We are good. We had been waiting for the Harsh with me. Meanwhile, he's getting connected. I'll be chatting off the things. And yeah, so here we are again with me and Simapit, talking as Simapit, working as a developer relation at Tezos from the India region. And we are hosting around the Etherlink topic. And so we are bringing one episode around building on Etherlink and how we can develop much into that. So it's a layer 2 solution which we have pumped in through the Tezos blockchain and how we are integrating it towards more of the blockchain and more of the IPO system is how we're going to learn. So, Simulpreet, would you like to get on the stage and let us both together get on the depth of the blockchain and the Ether, right? So, over to you as well. You get on your introduction, first of all.
Thank you Takir, thank you so much. And in
Okay.
case in the meantime, yeah, I was just talking about. Please allow me to share my screen. So yeah, it's available now.
Yeah,
I am
yeah, it's
Sumarpreet.
visible. You may continue. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm working as developer relations lead for Tezos in India region. And today we will be discussing about something related to blockchain and ecosystem of Tezos. And you will be surprised why the Etherlink screen is showing here. We were talking about Tezos, but why Etherlink is here? Because Etherlink is the latest solution, the layer 2 solution that is being developed in-house by Tezos team. And we are already in the mainnet beta stage, and the mainnet on the full scale will be deployed soon. So because of that only, the other things that we are expecting that the team who are like devoted from last 2 years to build this have successfully integrated with many popular partnerships, like with the companies like Layer Zero, Pith Network, Redstone, and many more. There are many things that are coming up. So, and I am quite excited about it because the integration of Ethereum ecosystem with Tezos is quite a new thing, a fascinating thing with the developer support of Ethereum developers, Ethereum ecosystem, and the security of Tezos, the fastness, the faster blockchain, and security as well as the on-chain governance and many things. While there is nothing to change about, like EVM developers, they just have to come on board, they just switch to the new network and deploy the link. That's all. So the migration from one ecosystem to other ecosystem will be so seamless that they don't have to learn things from the scratch again. They just will be doing the same thing. They just have to change the networks, and everything will be deployed on resource ecosystem also, while the facility of EVM is there. So with that,
yeah,
let's start
exactly.
with the thing.
So, like,
And
Simulpreet, if we get more into that, we'd love to get a message from to the our audience that we are already learning the EVM. We have already merged into the Solidity. Most of the people are already have learned with the past, the JavaScript, the React, and the Solidity. If you are getting the blockchain development, so here we bring out the EVM. Since you have the previous background and the learning skills of like the Solidity, you can now directly interact with the Etherlink or EVM, the layer 2 solution, and build on the Ethereum system. So there's no need to much getting into the smart contract, the smart by the Python for a Tezos. That becomes quite hectic previously for a developer. So here we got other things. You may continue, Samir, please. Yeah.
yeah, so let's start with the presentation, as well as I will just like do this presentation part in a crisp way, and then directly shift to the hands-on experience of like how we can get started with Etherlink, while we will be creating a hello world project, deploying a contract with some functionalities, functions, and other things on Etherlink. And then if the time permits, we will also see how we can have like connect with oracles and work with the foundry also, because foundry also supports Etherlink. So like anything, any developer who EVM developer who works with a hard hat or truffle or we can say foundry also, they just have to switch to the network. Rest everything will be working seamlessly. So yeah, if the time permits, we will be also working on foundry part. So let's get started with it. So Etherlink, what is Etherlink? So fast, fair, and nearly free layer to blockchain solution, a non-custodial scaling solution powered by Tezos roll-up technology. So there are many things as of now we are pitching, but why are we pitching? Because we have actually implemented it. The rest of the ecosystem that are right now, other ecosystems in the blockchain like Web3 environment are actually, some have partially developed these things, some have achieved this thing in partial way, but none of them has actually achieved all the things which a chain particularly needs to achieve to become a chain, a sovereign chain, with its data availability layer, with its native currency also, and it's like many other things are there, but Tezos and the developer team of Tezos is quite ahead in its vision to develop first and then ship it to the developers at max, at as fast as possible, while the other ecosystems are still in in the way to think and creating the timelines of when they will be launching. So yeah, that's why I'm quite excited, and I do work here. And with the new things coming with Etherlink is decentralized governance, the level of decentralized governance that the Tezos L1 is actually offering, it will also be here in the L2 solution. Why so? Because it's a enshrined rollup. So this rollup, particularly the Etherlink, is actually as a will actually be part of Tezos L1 as a first class citizen. So it's not a separate particular L2, but it is part of the L1 itself. So everything, the security, the governance level of the Tezos L1 will be here. And the operations and other optimization will be happening on L2. With MEV protection by design here integrated on Etherlink. Why this particular thing is mentioned? Because this MEV thing is actually quite in talks, in discussion as a hot topic from last 3 to 4 months, and many of the developers who are quite enthusiastic in this thing particularly have built their MEV boards to get and like earning too much. So this could also indirectly a way of, we can't say cheating, but it's actually creating some problem with the problem solutions, or pricing solution also, and the people who know how to exploit it are gaining too much of it. So MEV protection is there so that no one will be getting the loss, and rest the price transaction per transaction cost at Etherlink is like $0.0001. That's like too many transactions. Like there are many transactions can be bashed here, and will be cost almost, it's almost free. We can't say it's actually free, it's almost free, because $0.001 dollars per transaction or a batch of transaction is nothing compared to other ecosystem that are right now here. And with our partners, there are many partners that we have already integrated with, and there are other partnerships that will be coming with. We can already see Z for node provider, layer 0, layer 3, Redstone for Oracle providing. Pith network is also there, Third Web, Block Scout for Explorer, Subsquid. Many cool partnerships are already here. So we will actually see how we can integrate with interact with the Pith Oracle, Pith network Oracle, and get the price feed also. This is our roll up all the roadmap for the thing, and let's get started with the documentation directly. So all the developers who are actually new to this ecosystem, like blockchain ecosystem, or like have any experience working in blockchain ecosystem, like in the EVM ecosystem, they may have their MetaMask wallet already with them. So in case you already have a MetaMask wallet, I will say let's get started with how to get the tokens of XTZ on your wallet, and then we will start interacting with it. So how you can do that is, let's go to this docs.etherlink.com website, scroll down to get started and click on getting testnet tokens. So you can see all the details here, but in case you want to just get the tokens, I think there is another website that we can get, so to get the hostnet tokens also. Just a second. Yeah, faucet.etherlink.com, you can just go there. I will disconnect my wallet as of now so that we can see how things work actually. This will be the landing website. You will see, you just have to go click on connect wallet, click on MetaMask, and yeah, it will open up. So in case you have different wallets, you can connect with different wallets. Also, I have two different wallets with me, so I can connect to these wallets easily. Okay, so I am connected with this one as of now. In case I want to switch my account, I can just click on this, and like you can see, I can migrate between these three different accounts. So I will click on the other one, click on next, and yeah, this is how things will be working. I already have XTZ tokens as of now on the testnet, but in case you don't have, it will show you zero. And in case you already have some testnet tokens here, it will show you the exact amount. So I will request some more XTZ on the testnet. Click on I am not a robot and then send one XTZ here. So I will definitely be getting it in a few seconds. Yeah, it's updated. Yeah, so faucet has actually updated it, and the amount is already updated here also. So yeah, back to the thing, how this is how things are working, and it will also help you in one thing. You don't have to follow all these steps to add Etherlink as your network also, but directly, like you can just click on this. It will definitely directly add a separate test network of Etherlink in your wallet, so that you can switch and migrate between different test networks. For example, we can see here I have different test networks available here. I can easily check Etherlink testnet, and in case I want to migrate to Etherlink mainnet, I can just click on it and migrate to Etherlink mainnet also. So I will be back. Will come back to Etherlink testnet for now. Okay, and just a second. Let me migrate to my other wallet address. This one. Okay. So then let's start with building on Etherlink. So how you can do that? Let's start with the. I will just talk about some of the partnerships that we have already done, and like other things that you can actually start with in case you are already an experienced developer. So in case you want to start with a node, set up a node for it, Zeep provides you private setup for setting private nodes. You can just go through the docs and check how to integrate with Zeep to have your own node. For price feeds, we have Pith Network as well as Redstone also, and you can just go through their documentation. Okay, and in case you want to follow up with this, you just have to follow the in EVM contracts transaction and other details that are related to EVM. You just have to follow the same details just like they are mentioning, but in at the time of RPC URL or RPC URL, just you just have to change it to ghostnet or like the testnet of Etherlink or mainnet of Etherlink. That's all. Okay. I will just show you some examples of how you can integrate with it. And from verifiable random functions will also be provided by Pith network. For data indexers, we are already partnered with Graph and Subsquid. Also, you can check their guide and you can follow up with it. Um, yeah, and like getting started with the SDK, you can just follow up the tutorials and introduction. Yeah, Frontier EVM indexing. You can easily follow any of this tutorial that is EVM compatible or for EVM compatible chain, and you just have to change to the test network or like the mainnet network, or like the change the RPC URL. For cross chain communication, we have layer 0 also. For developer experience, third web is here. For institutional tool, Fireblocks is here. So many partnerships are already mentioned here, but many more are actually in progress, like in pipeline, and we will be announcing it soon. So I think that's lot. That's I think a lot of talk from my side as of now. But the main thing that I love is the coding part. So I will just switch to how to get started with building on Etherlink using EVM, or we can say Solidity. So let me just switch my screen. So how we can do is I will just migrate to this my remix environment, and I will create a separate folder that is Etherlink testnet. I will create a new file that will be hello world.sol. Okay, and I think I will need to zoom in a little bit. Just let me know if this is a good screen ratio for me to show the code.
It would it be possible if you like zoom in a little bit?
I'm already zooming
Are
in.
you go to the max? Okay, no problem.
I will just see in case I can do a little more. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good. Yeah,
yeah. I
somewhat
think
good.
this.
Really
Good.
good. Now it's very much like visible. Go
Do
ahead
we
with
have
that.
any or something as of now?
I'm just checking out, and no, we aren't having anything.
Okay, sure. So let's start with like our first contract, that is namechanger.sol. I will directly start with by typing it here. Then we will follow up with other things. Let me just remove all the other open slides. Okay. So how we need to start with it is just a second. Um, I am actually facing a little problem. Let me just switch to my different screen. Actually, seeing here and coding here is a little bit difficult task for me as of now. Takir, allow me to change my screen.
Sure, you may just switch off it again.
Yeah, I'm just doing it. Dynamics. And I think let me know in case you can see my screen now. Um, is my screen visible now? Can you allow me?
Not yet. Not
Okay,
yet.
it's now visible.
Yeah, it's visible now. It's visible now.
Okay, just a second. So I will start with it. So let's start with a basic particular like program that is of Hello World, or we can say a basic particular contract that will let us input a particular initiate a particular variable, save some value through a function, retrieve the value from the function, and see how we can do different tasks. Okay, so first thing first, while you are doing development on Solidity or particularly on Remix, you have to add one particular line, that is SPDX license provider. We are using MIT as of now. And the first line of every contract while we are writing it on Solidity is to define uh, what version of Solidity we will be using. So Pragma Solidity version 0.8.18. I will be using this version for now. And if I want my particular contract to be compatible with this version and any other version that is coming after it, I just have to add this arrow sign, and it will be it will this particular thing allow our contract to be compatible with all the other versions of Solidity that will be coming in future also. Okay. With that, let's start with the writing our contract. So to start with the contract, you have to type one thing, that is contract, contract name, or we can say the class. So I will be writing it as what I can say, favorite number as my first class. Okay. And with that, start with the curly braces. I will initialize one variable. So in case you already, if in case people have all having any experience with any other particular language, that is C++, Java, Python, or we can say JavaScript, Solidity, or any other particular language, you know that to initialize a variable, there are different variable types that you need to initialize, so that the compiler should know, yeah, this particular variable is of this data type. So there are different type of variables, that is integer type of variables, strings are here, and boolean is also here. Address type of variable is provided in Solidity because we are dealing with split addresses. So yeah, address type of data type is also available. We have arrays are like we have arrays also, and strings also, character arrays also. There are different type of data types that you can that are by definition also, and you can have like user made data types also. So start with one thing. In the meantime, Talkie, hello, can you listen me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You are audible.
you can mute your mic for in the time being. There's some
Sure.
noise coming from your side. Yeah. So let's start with this particular contract, that is favorite number. So what I will be doing is I will be creating a variable that is of type unassigned int. Yo int that, and my variable name is favorite number. Okay, and that's all. And after that let's define some value to it. So favorite number equal to 10 as of now. So in case we do this particular thing of what's the error, and okay, yeah, nothing for now. So you can also I can just initialize it here itself. So as of now I have initialized my favorite number equal to 10. But do you think what shall I say? Do you think every user needs to run this particular program and have to hard code their favorite number here? No. So what should we do for in such type of cases? We always use a function to get values from the user, and then other function to show the values that we have already saved. So for that, let me start with making a function. So how a function is made in Solidity? We use function, and function name, that is we will be naming this function store. It will receive a value of type uint, and we will save it under the name fav underscore number. Okay, and after that we start with it. What will this function do is, okay, just a second. What will this function do is it will assign favorite number that we have initialized here equal to the number that we will be sending here. Okay, so the values will be exchanged. So this value that we will be passing to this function will be initialized to this variable. So after that, in case we run this function, after that, in case we run this function and we pass a particular value to this function, it will go here and it will save this value to favorite number. So in case I pass 9 as my favorite number in this store function, it will assign favorite number equal to 10. Now you will be seeing why this particular error is coming. This is because in Solidity, you have to define what is the visibility type of a particular variable or a function should be, because there are some functions, some variables that should only be accessed internally by the like like for example should be private variables, and there are some functions and variables that could be utilized and accessed by people like in public. Like for example, it could be utilized by other contracts also, it could be called, and values could be changed by the user also who is interacting with it. And but some variables should be private, because only the developers, the admins, should only see and interact and change the values through those variables. Okay, so because of that only this error is here, because we haven't specified the visibility type of this function. Because it will be interacting and getting values from the user itself, I will change the visibility type of this function to public, and see our error is gone. So now we have created one function that is to save and change the values of the already assigned favorite number to the new number that the user will be sending. And now to receive and check what value is actually stored in this function, this variable favorite number, I will create a function check value. Okay, it will be of type public, And similar, like what we will be doing is return favorite number. Why is this particular line in red? It shows that there is some error. Why so? Because whenever we are using a function that will be returning a value in Solidity, we should define what type of variable it will be returning. So, like for example, the data type of the value, data type of the variable that we will be returning. In this case, the favorite number is of data type uint. So we have to mention that yeah, this function will be returning a value that will be of type uint. Okay, and actually yeah, I have to add this in. Okay, so now the error has been shifted to a warning. So what is this warning actually? Let's see what this warning is actually saying. So function state mutability can be restricted to view. What does this mean? So as of now, what this function is actually doing is, this function, whenever it will be called, it will return a value. That's all. Okay. So in Solidity, there is one provision that in case a function is only returning a value whenever it is called, it is like we are calling it to view the value. Okay. So we can add a particular type, that is view, to the operation. So in case a particular function will only be returning a value whenever it is called, we can define it as a view function. So because it's just returning a value that we want to see. So yeah, for the starters, as a hello world program, like the initial program that we will be deploying on Etherlink, or we normally do in Solidity, this is a normal program that is having a particular variable. We can call it, we can call a function that is named as store. It will receive a value and it will assign that value which we pass to this function into this variable. And if we want to see what is the value that is saved in this particular variable at a moment, we just have to call check value function. Okay, let's see how things go. So to check whether our code is working or not, I will go click on Solidity compiler, click on compile hello world. In case this particular thing, like green arrow, green tick is there, that means the compilation is successful. So what to do next? Go to deploy and run transaction. Normally if you want to see how things are working, we can just click on deploy and it will deploy our, like this contract on a particular testing chain, or like in the particular testing environment. We can see and interact with it also. So as of now, because this is the first time we are actually interacting with the code, that means as of now the value of favorite number should be 10. Let's see what the check value call will be giving us. It gives us 10. If you can see, the value is 10 as of now. That is of type 250, uint 256. So by default, in case you are just using uint, it will be initialized as uint 256. Now let's see if we want to change the value of favorite number. So now I will just type 7 because thala for a reason. Just kidding. Let's see how things go. I clicked on transact, and this particular line suggests that yeah, our transaction was successful. So now, previously we called the check value function, it returned us a value 10. Let's see after the transaction what will it return. Okay, call was successful and it gives us a value 7. That means our code is working fine. Let's see how it will work on when we deploy it on Etherlink. So how to deploy it on Etherlink? Click on this environment, go to inject provider as MetaMask. Okay, it will go check and interact with the wallet. As of now, in case you see that no wallet address or no particular value is here, you can just click on the MetaMask wallet. Okay, and shuffle between these addresses, or like this wallet addresses. Okay, I have multiple wallet as of now, so I can like shuffle between these. at any moment. Okay, so this will temporarily solve this problem, and it will show you the wallet address that are there in your connected or added in your MetaMask. So I will just go and click on any of my particular wallet. I will just click on it, and I just have to click on deploy. Let's see how things will be working. So I got the notification, that means things are working fine. Let's see if I can confirm and the transaction will be happening or not. I don't know whether I have tokens in this particular wallet or not. Yeah, I have token, some testnet tokens, and yeah, the transaction is fine. The transaction happened successfully. That means our code is deployed. So let's see how things are working here. Click on this. As of now, let's see the check value. It is initialized just 10. So let's see 77 as our new value. Click on transact. The transaction is okay, because it's now deployed on the chain. We have to confirm each and every transaction whenever we will be calling. So let's see, confirm this. The transaction happened successfully, and now we will be seeing the output here. Yeah, the transaction happened successfully. Let's see how what things have we received. The status of the transaction, that means the transaction mined and execution succeed. Transaction hash, we got a block hash also, block number from this wallet to this particular, like a call on this particular address, like contact address. This is the amount of gas fees used, the transaction cost, the input, and all things you can see. But let's see whether it is actually happening on the chain or not. I will just copy this transaction hash. I will go to blockchain explorer of Etherlink on the test network. Okay, so Etherlink testnet explorer. I will go to this website. I will see if this transaction is there or not. So yeah, this transaction is visible, and you can see the time. It's actually deployed on 14 hours 43 minutes 16 seconds at UTC 5:30 plus 5:30, and you can see the time here. It is 2:44. That means this particular transaction was just deployed 1 minute ago, and the details suggest that yeah, this transaction is working fine and successful. The contract is deployed successfully, and route traced. Other details can be found here also. So this is our basic Hello World program that you can use to and test. Like I'm just giving you an example of how Solidity code is actually running, and you can easily deploy any EVM compatible code, a Solidity code that is EVM compatible on Tezos. Okay. Now let's see some other things also. This is quite basic program as of now. So let's see how we can change this particular code into something different, like add some complexities into it. So I will just change this event value to public. But do you think we are this is a particular good format to use to save some values in our contract? Because it is also possible that yeah, multiple users can come and want to interact with our particular this contract. For example, this is a game. We have to save our favorite number. That's all. As of now, it is just doing this particular thing. But there are many other users that we can expect. Okay, so what can we do? We can actually create a structure data type, and that will be having two things. Okay, that will be saving the name of the user that will be interacting with it, and the favorite number that is that is shared to us on this contract by that particular user. Okay, so how to do that? I will just do some modifications in this code. So what we'll be doing is I will create this particular function. First of all, let's create a structure. So what we will be doing is, let me just zoom in a little bit. Struct, and we will be naming this as person. Okay, and what we will be doing is we will define some values, that is string name and you int 256 favorite number. As of now, we will be just utilizing these two things only. Okay. So now what will also we have to save the details of person also, like how many people have interacted with it, in case we want to see like how many people have say how like details of how many people have been saved in this contact. So what we can do is we can actually create an array of structure type data type. So what we will be doing is we will create an array that is with the name person, like because this array is of structure type, so that's why I'm just using the structure name, adding a square bracket. That means the array is initialized. This will be of type public. Okay, and we will be naming it as a list of people. Okay, that's all. So this particular array will be saving our details of each and every person that will be interacting, or is like saving their favorite number on this contract. Okay. Now let's create a function that will be receiving the details of the user, that the name of the user and the favorite number that they want to save in this contract. Okay. So what I will be doing is I will create a function that will be named as add person. Okay. Since this person structure have two things that we have to receive from the user, that is the name and the the favorite number also. So we also have to receive these two variables from the user in this function. So what we will be doing is we will be typing two things, that is u into 56 favorite number and string score name. This will be of type public because this function will be interacting and getting details from the user. So we have to define it as public. What this will be doing is we have to add the details to the structure. So person, new person equal to person, and we will be passing the name first and then the pave number. And after that, what we will be doing is we will just push this detail into our array. List of people dot push. What we have to do is we will just push this new person. That's all. This will add the detail of a particular person into the list of people array. Now, why are we seeing this error? String and here also for the new person. So there is this provision in Solidity that suggests that every inbuilt data type does not need to, like, it will be saved accordingly in the temporary value, like temporary storage. But for the user defined or like user defined data types, for example string, arrays, structures, and any other particular like arrays of arrays or structure of array or array of structure or whatever, these are all user defined data types. For any user defined data type, if we are passing the values to a function or we just have to do some work with that particular data on a temporary basis, we have to save them, these value save these values also in that function. Okay, so that we can actually think of it like the call by value and call by reference part of the that is available in other languages like Python, so like C++ and Java. So because we just have to save this particular value, just a second. Yeah. So this particular value of string, it is user defined data type. We have to save the value of this data type, like this value, like underscore name, for a temporary basis, and it will be interacting with the within this function only. Okay. So we don't have to separately create the storage value and then define and work on that particular storage. It will be using our memory. So to temporarily save this value, there is a keyword that is known as memory. So for every user defined data type, if you are passing it to other function and you are just saving it for temporary basis, you define it with memory. So data type, memory, variable name. This is the syntax that you have to use. Same with the person, when we will be initializing the person, because this is also we will be just using it for temporary basis as of now. Memory, new person, because we won't be utilizing this new person as so like details for like this particular new person variable outside of this function. So we don't have to save it in the like blockchain storage or like any other storage on a permanent basis. We just have to save it on the temporary basis. That's why we are using memory. In solidity there is one other variable of similar type, like we can use in place of memory, that is called data. So in case there is a particular variable or a value that is passed to the function, and the value of that particular variable won't be changed when we are utilizing or using it in the function, we can also type call data in place of memory. That will be working like it will specify that yeah, a particular value that is passed to this function and mentioned as call data, mentioned with call data, defines that we can't change or do any edits to that value. It will be working as it is. So let's see how things will be working now. So now how things are changed is, actually before we just created a value of a favorite name, we created a function store and function check value. They will be working as a getter and setter functions. We pass a value to that, and we will be receiving a value from that function. Now what is happening is, because many people can interact with this code, many people want to can save their details like their name or their wallet address along with their favorite number, or we can, it could also work as a rough, what we can say, lottery code also, like a lottery app, lottery game type code also, where a user want to save their name and a favorite number, and then a particular number will be selected on random, and whoever will be having a particular number, the name or that wallet address adjacent to that number will be the winner. We can also do that thing in future. So for that purpose we created a structure of person that will be receiving two values, that is one is name and one is storing the favorite number, and we created a function to receive these values and pass it to the structure, and then saving all these values of structure in an array. Now let's try to run this code. Okay, here is our code, and let's go to Solidity compiler. Click on compile hello world. Click on deploy. Let's first deploy it in the local environment, like the virtual environment, and then click on deploy. Let's see how things will be working here. Yeah, it is deployed successfully. We can interact with this. Let's see how things are working now. So this is how the things will look like when the code is deployed. As of now, we can call the check value also, the store function is also there, the favorite number particularly as of now is 0. List of people, because it can also, we can also see how many people have actually saved their details. So let's add a person. I will add my favorite number as 9, and my name is Simmer. I will click on transaction. The transaction is successful. Check value, it will save as 0, because why this is showing a 0 this time is because I have changed the value of favorite number to nothing. As of now, it is just a empty variable, and we haven't interacted with the store function or check value function. We are interacting with this particular thing as of now. Okay, this particular function, we pass our values to this function. So a particular user with the name Simmer has been added to this list. Let's see how things are working now. List of person. Let's see if I can call, uh, because only one particular their entry is there in this array. I will just pass the first index of the array and click on transact, and it has shared us the value, string name Simmer and favorite number 9. Now let's see if we want to add some other details also, 90, and we can add Zakir as the other name. Click on transact. The transaction is successful. If I pass the value 1 and call it, it will share me this detail, while if I just pass 0 value and call, it will give me my details. So yeah, it means that transactions are working fine. Let's see how let's deploy it on the testnet of Etherlink. So I will just click on it, interact with my wallet, and yeah, I will just deploy it on my chain directly. Okay, let me confirm this transaction. The transaction is confirmed, and I will just go directly to the Explorer and let's see what is the latest interaction. Yeah, this is our interaction. I just deployed this code. Yeah, I deployed my code just recently. This is the code, and this was the code that we deployed 15 minutes ago. Okay, we use the store function. That's why it is here. Now let's see how things will be working in case we will interact with this code on from our remix environment. Now let me add a person. 7 simmer transact. Have to confirm the transaction. Transaction happened here. We use the contract call, and let's see what happened here. Yeah, it shows suggests that yeah, add person was called. Okay, we can actually see the other values also in case it is available. Let's see, token transfer didn't happen, internet transaction state. Yeah, state was changed for once. Okay, let it be. So these are the details as of now. You can see on the blockchain explorer also, and also in case you want to see like the list of people, I will just click on zero call. It will fetch me the list, like the details of the person. Now you want to or do let it be, let it be. There's some error of okay, the gas fees happened. I may have exhausted my gas fees, like in the tokens on my particular wallet. That's why this thing is happening. No problem. Let's click on let's add another user to it. The transaction was successful. Let's see if I can use this now. Okay. I have to change the gas transaction limit now. There's some change in the fees of the gas. That's why this error is happening, but not a problem, major problem. Error occurred because the transaction would exhaust all the text it is allotted. Yeah, no problem. But the main thing is our transactions are working fine. Everything is working fine. That's how you try and play with the code, Solidity code with Etherlink. I think we have 15 more minutes to go through. I will. Okay, let's see. What can we do? I will just go to Pith Network website, see how things are working here, and let's see if we can set up our environment and try to deploy our code on Etherlink. Okay, so for that, let me just go to Pith Network. Docs of Pith Network, how to use real time data in EVM contracts. So in case you just go to this website, okay, check check this tutorial, create your first Pith app. Okay, click on EVM part 1, create a contract. Okay, website will load. I will just go through all these steps just like how the it is mentioned on the website, and will only do one change. How I will just change the RPC URL. Let's see how things are working here, and let's set up how things are working with the Foundry environment also. So with that, this particular example, in this particular example is related to how you can use this particular code with Foundry and like deploy it through Foundry itself. Okay, so I will just shift to my other web. Let it be. I will just go through this here on my one screen only. So I will use VS Code and I will create a new folder. Actually, I will create a new folder that is Etherlink test. Okay, and copy path. So cd ls nothing. So yeah, everything is working fine. So we will be starting it from scratch only. So let's start with following up this tutorial only. So how to do that is, let's create this, let's copy this code, this particular snippet, and paste it in our bash environment. What this will be doing is, it will create a new directory that will be named as my first pith app, and then it will go to that particular location, and then we will be initializing forge in it, that is to initialize our particular environment, Foundry environment. Okay, this created our environment. Now things are here, things are settled up here. You can see a Foundry is set up here now. Okay, let's get back to the code. This is how things are working. We saw these two things, and the source directory will hold a contract for the test. Okay, these are the basic things. So try it out by running first test. Now to see whether this initialization happened successfully or not, I will just click on force test and type it. In case it runs, that means it is successful. Yeah, compiling successful. That means our code is initialized successfully, the basic one. Now let's do one thing. I will just remove the code from my source test, this particular counter.sol code for now. Okay, and from the test also, this will remove these files. Okay, and now there are these two folders are empty. Why we have to do it empty? Because we will be initializing new particular things like new particular code in src and test environment also only. Okay, follow-up step, we have to initialize the python sdk. I will just go paste this code here. Okay, and the like pith library is also installed now. The SDK is now installed. Okay, and for the remapping part, I will just try if this thing works or not. I know this error will be coming, but I know how you can change it. So we have to remap that whenever this particular thing. Uh, let me get back to here. So we just have to map that and let the compiler know that whenever we are just calling pith network slash pith SDK solidity, they have to go to this particular website or just fetch the modules from this particular library only. Okay, because on the local environment, in case we want to run this code without internet, we can't directly go and fetch these code from the URL. So we have to let the compiler know, yeah, this SDK is installed locally also, and you can check all these details from this particular file directory. Okay, that is available in node slash python network slash with SDK solidity. So how I can do that is, I will just go to git module. I have actually set it up. So git network foundry. Okay, foundry.2ml. You can just go to foundry.2ml file in your this particular setup. This is available here, and just copy paste the same thing but in this way. Okay, how so? What was mentioned here, remapping.txt and this particular network. So what I did was, I just created a variable remapping equal to, and I just passed on this variable. So it will do the same thing. Now coming back to our following of the same tutorial, these thing is all set up. Now what I have to do is I will create my a new particular file that is named as my first pyth contract.sol. Okay, and copy paste this code in the src folder. Let me create a new file, and my first, what is the name of this file? First pyth contract.sol. Okay, I'll just copy paste this same code here. No problem if you are seeing this error as of now. It will be removed, or like it will go back when you run it. Okay, now, and copy this function and add it in the same code. Now added this code also, and now the mint function is also here. So in case you want to see whether the things are working fine or not, I will just click on force and force build. I will just type force build, and what is this error saying? Check the remapping. What is this error? Error equal to user. No such file or directory available. Okay, let it be. I will just see how things are working here. Run this file in contract slash. Let's run this file in contracts slash remapping. Okay. In the contract slash .txt, and I just have to set this. Let's see if this is working fine or not. Remapping worked. No such file is there. Okay, let me see how things are working now. I followed up this, and it is working here. npm init, it is also working. The sentence where's okay. Now first, and notice the, and okay, this function will see contract compiled successfully. Function related perform sheets in some time compiling. Okay, let it be. Let's see. I will just skip some steps as of now because this code is running successfully. I have already tested. So I will just go and go to the end of this particular tutorial. I'll just copy this code. Okay, and copy paste the exact code here. And now let's see if we can run. Let me see if I am running it on the same file it was supposed to. For remapping. Okay. So let's see if it is working fine now or not. This is suggesting the same error. Okay, I have done the same part. So let me just go back to this folder as of now. Copy path cd mods test. Just a second. It was supposed to be for, okay, forge build. Sorry, my bad. I was running the wrong command. Yeah, the code runs successfully now. This means like the compilation was successful. In case you can see this code now. Um, Sorry, I can't zoom in here, but yeah, this is suggesting that yeah, the compiling and no file change, the compilation skipped, or like compilation was successful because I have already done that previously. Now what you have to do next? A contract is running fine. You have to deploy it now. Okay, So how you have to deploy it is, I will just create a new wallet for the testing part. Okay. Why so? Because it is type saving and I don't want to expose my private keys of my wallet. So I will just use Foundry's cast wallet command. That is cast wallet new. This will give me a new key pair for a new wallet address as well as a private key of that address. So I'll just have to type this command now. Um, I will just create one thing, that is, I just why I am typing it here is because I just want to show you how things are working now and where we have to change the things. So remember we run a command previously, that is cast wallet new. It gives us two things, that is a new wallet address, and I will just change it to this command here, and my private keys for this particular wallet, it is here, and I just, yeah. Okay. And here, export RPC URL in place of Sepolia optimism.io. I will change it to Etherlink testnet network. And where can I find it? I will just go back to the website of Etherlink. Okay. And check for just a second. Etherlink. I will go to Etherlink website, click on docs, network and RPCs. So this is the RPC for mainnet, and because I just want to deploy it as of now on the testnet, I will just click on copy this link, change it here to from Sepolia network to node.ghostnet.etherlink.com, and I will just type this here. So I have added and saved my values of private key, my wallet address, and the RPC URL in my .env environment. Okay. Following up this particular tutorial, what we have to do now? So I have to, because it is a new wallet, it doesn't have any particular amount of tokens as of now. So what I will be doing is, I will just copy this wallet address, and I will send some tokens from my side as of now to this wallet. I will send. I will just type this address. Okay, and I will send 10 XTZ to this. I will click on the confirm button. Yeah, the transaction is successful. If you want to see whether the transaction is successful or not, whether you receive this token, like the tokens on this new wallet, I will just share you a command, that is cast balance. You can click on this, and like you can copy this command, cast balance, dollar sign address and dash r and RPC URL, because it has to see and check what address have to be checked on which RPC URL. Okay, so I sent 10 XCC on Etherlink Ghostnet, and I passed the address and the RPC URL of Etherlink only. It has shared me that yeah, this wallet actually contains 10 XTC. That means things are working fine for now. What I will be doing next is, I will copy this command. Okay, but we will be doing two changes, because we are interacting with Etherlink, so we have to change the values of with optimism Cipolla address to Etherlink testnet address, and same for the ETH to XTC USD ID. So I will just click on this and save it in my notes as of now. Okay, export and Pithopi Cipolla address to Etherlink. And where can I get this addresses? I will just click on with contract address, search for Etherlink. You can see it here, Etherlink testnet. Yeah, this particular address, and I will just copy this I will save it here. Yeah. And for the ETH USD ID, instead of ETH USD, I am using XTZ USD ID. Where can I find this ID? You can click on price feed ID, search on this website, with network website, and it will give, just a second, not on this one, but price feed ID reference. Search for XTZ. It will give me a price feed ID of this, like for XTZ and USD price conversion. And I will change my this ID to the ID of XTZ USD price. Okay, just confirming I typed and copied the same like address correctly. I will check. I will copy this new address and I will just paste it here now. Not a valid identifier. Just a second. Etherlink. You have to avoid giving a space. Okay, now it is working fine. And Etherlink and XTZ, the command done successfully. So after that, what I have to do is going back. These things are confirmed now. So finally, let's deploy our contract now. So I have to run this command. Before that, I have to change two things. Instead of PithOP spoiler address, I will be just changing it to Etherlink address, and in the ETH USD ID, I will pass XTZ USD ID. Okay, let me do the changes here. RPC URL is okay, private key is okay. I just have to change the variables that we will be passing. That is Etherlink, and for the ETH USD ID, it is XTZ. Okay, and I will just copy this command, forge create, and pass on these values. Yeah, if because I have already run this command before that, that's why it is saying that yeah, no files changed, the compilation script. But because the other things were changed, the wallet was changed, I have just created a new wallet and things. It showed us, yeah, the deployer is this wallet address and it is deployed on this link, and the transaction hash is available here. It means that transaction happened successfully. If you want to confirm whether it happened or not, it like the transaction happened successfully or not, I will just type the transaction hash, and you can see the detail at what time this particular transaction was run. So it was run on 15 hours 19 minutes, which is 3:19 p.m. here for the Indian standard time, and currently it is 3:20. That means it was deployed just a minute ago. That means the transaction is successful and everything is deployed successfully.
Yes.
And any doubt?
I'm just checking out the comments. It's not that much here.
Okay, I thought like there is some more question. Let it be. Yeah, we are just almost on the last part of this tutorial.
Sure,
So
sure.
okay, so after that, this particular thing is particularly saved. So now let's see and save the deployment address. I will just export this deployment address and deploy to this address, and copy paste this, and we'll be adding it here. This is also saved. So following up the tutorial, till now everything is running successfully. Now what we have to do is, if you want to see whether the command is running fine or not, I will just check on this, and I will just change some things now. This is a curl command. For that, you have to also install JQ also, because in case you are not having curl or JQ, it will show you error. So in case you are running this command, make sure you have JQ installed as well as the curl. Now in this command, we just have to change the ETH USD ID to XTZ USD ID. for now because we saved XTZ USD ID in our environment variables. I will just copy this command now. I will go back and click on this and run the command now. This means the command was running successfully, and it will say that yeah, whatever will be the output of this will be saved in the file named as priceupdate.txt. So let me go and see if there is a file named as the priceupdate.txt or not. So I will just see contracts, and priceupdate.txt. Here it is. This is giving us this particular output. This means the command is running successfully. Now, it is actually a long hexadecimal string, but we need to get our values in terms of like particularly what we can say, like values of dollars or something. So what I will be doing is I will just see, I will just click on this and change all these details from wherever it is XTZ or USD to XTZ to U, oh sorry, ETH to XTZ and other
Each
things.
to
And
FTC.
for example, like just to make sure like everything is working fine. And after that, I will just type and submit. Okay. In the meantime, by the time it is running, it will give you an transaction hash just like this. And in case anybody will face some error, it will be related to this. Most probably, it will be only coming when gas piece, the gas limit that we have defined has reached, or it is needing something else. Like it is needing much gas than it is it was defined. So that's why either one of that error will be coming, or either the insufficient balance will be coming. So these are the two type of errors that you can encounter in case you are running this. Okay, so don't worry. This can work around. In case you face such error, you can just follow up this particular these particular things like this particular example, or you can reach out to us. So we will help you out with it. Okay. Now let's see how we can interact with the TypeScript. So I will just click. I will just go back, create. I will just go back and create a new particular environment. Sorry, not a particular environment, but I will just go back, create a particular folder that is named as app, and I will define a TypeScript environment here. So node modules are set up. I got an SRC also, and after that you just have to open this file src mint.nft.ts and copy this content. I have copied my content here, and after that, you don't have to make any particular change here because everything is here. Yeah, just for the record here on line number. mm, Yeah, on line number 68, you can see ETH USD ID. Since we in our environment variables we have saved XTZ USD ID, so I have to change it to XTZ USD ID. So can you mute for a minute?
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, so we just have to because we have saved XTZ USD ID in our environment variables in the starting when we were doing export this particular address equal to this and all. Whatever id you are defining there, you have to add it here only so that it can see like yeah, this, because it will just go back, it will go back to process and in the .env files it will just see whether this variable of this particular name is there or not. In case it is there, then only it will fetch the details that was saved in that variable, or else it will show you an error. So I have just made the edits, I have changed the things, and now things will be working fine. So following up that, we okay in the contract. The run function does two things. First, it instantiate an interface, and then second, it runs users. Okay. So now everything is working fine. What we have to do is we copy this command and run this TypeScript like script. So what will be doing is, and I will just copy paste, and yeah, this means the command is running successfully. That's a thumbs up. So, congratulations, you have successfully deployed and created your first app using Pyth and deployed it on Etherlink also. Okay, so that's how things are working. And in case, I think I will be doing one thing. We will be creating a session series and testing out things, how to deploy things on different, like from the different partners that we have integrated with Etherlink. And we will see how these things are working on Etherlink, because we just have to follow up the tutorials for the EVM compatible contracts they have deployed, and we just have to change the URLs only, and somewhere or the other the price feeds or something related to that, whatever it is allotted to Etherlink. So I think Tawkil, we can do that also, right?
Yes, yes, we should be starting with the things.
So
Being as a developers, it's our job na, to advocate
yeah,
others.
yeah. So I think this was a good session, because I
Yeah,
like before the session started, I was just exploring through Pith Network, and I thought like, yeah, this would be a good way to introduce it to how things are working with Pith Network and Etherlink, and yeah, things are working or not. I will see in case I can go with Redstone the next time, and we'll see how Layer Zero and Layer Three and other partners are also working with Etherlink. So stay tuned to that, and we will be going out with other tutorials also related to how to
yeah.
develop on Etherlink. So in the meantime, thank you so much, and in case you have any doubts, you can ask us now in the comments.
Some of
Okay,
the
you were
questions
saying
like
something.
yeah, like if someone was asked like I'm a trader and how the Etherlink will benefit me.
See, Etherlink will benefit you in one way. See, in case you are a trader, you may have heard about pump.fun that is available on Solana. So what it does is it gives you an estimate, an idea about how the, and also gives you an like a handoff to how you can deploy and create your own meme coins on Solana. In a similar way, there is one thing similar, not exactly same, but similar, because there are other things that we are working on with the team, that is the degenerator.wtf. It is almost, it is similar to what the pump.fun is doing, but in a different way on Etherlink. So in case you are a trader, you can just go there, invest in some coins, and see how pump and dump can go, because meme coins, the flight can grow from this to this. So like as a trader, you can, because you are the risk takers. I am just a coder. I don't have guts to take that much risk with my money. So yeah, you are a trader. You can go and you can invest in coins, and that can be beneficial to you as a trader. Or you can also invest in other we can invest in XTC, because now with the staking thing that is available on Tezos ecosystem, right? Now you can also stake and earn coins, like money from staking your coins itself. So the same way, you can earn from that side also. Anything else?
Yeah, that's great. And to the honor, I would love to thank the whole Tezos Club Enigma who have been a part of our club program for hosting this workshop, and especially to our very good friend and our club leader Harshvardhan, who had been a great man, like who advocate for us, and he has been doing really great. Kudos to him and a great shout out to Chat for especially because in the midst of the exam, he's managing all of these stuff. So please kudos to him. He's behind the scene. He's not like making himself available on the screen. I don't know why, but yeah, he's doing really great work. Kudos to him. And love to like thanks to all the like sponsor as well as the partner who are doing a partner with us, such as node providers Zeep. Previously, the Jatin from Jiva also got connected with us for the same. and how we interacted with the
The
same.
list
So
can
that was
go on
great.
because there are a lot of
Exactly.
partnerships coming, so we can just thank just one sponsor or one partner. But
One
all the
partner.
partners, shout out to all the partners that have integrated with Etherlink and are will be integrating with Etherlink, and all the developers that are
Yes,
right
yes,
now
exactly.
testing out with Etherlink. I have lots of name to say, but I think the list will be like never ending. So
Yeah, it's endless list. It's endless.
greeting and like special thanks to all the developers who are right now testing out and making Etherlink, making on Etherlink. And in case
Exactly.
any new developer who is coming or learning about EVM development, I think I will say suggest you one thing. There is one course by Patrick Collins from on doing development on Etherlink, like getting started with Ethereum or Solidity, zero to hero one. Because that is the 3 session series. One is 8 hours, 10 hours, and other one. You can follow up with that because why I'm saying and discussing about it is that particular course is totally compatible, and anything you are learning from that course you just have to switch to Etherlink testnet network and everything is running fine. So, in case you are starting with your development and getting started with Web3, you can go to that course, you can learn through them. And if you want to switch to, and I will just recommend switch to Etherlink during the the testing you are testing and while learning from that course, and just switch to Etherlink. That's all. And by the time you are completing and finishing that particular course, you will be well versed with the Ethereum ecosystem, as well as you will be having a lot of examples and testing also with the Etherlink testnet or and the mainnet also. So
Man,
use that you are learning one ecosystem and getting experience into his ecosystem at the same time.
exactly, exactly. That is why like we pop up with our Etherlink, the layer two solution, and we had got a burst out of it because previously many blockchains were developing their layer two solutions and how they were interacting with the Ethereum ecosystem. So this is
Exactly.
how we have indulged into that, how Telos is bringing to us. And in the region, we are both building together with our team at Tezos India. So yeah, good to share that as well. I
Yes.
believe it's the time for Harshvardhan's side, and he's not available to us. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah. So I think Harshvardhan, are you here? Will you be joining us on stage?
You should be, Harsh. You should be.
Well, the session is over for the record. So, in
Yeah,
case like the coding session is now over, in case you want to interact with us, you want to discuss something with us, we are happy to interact with you for the next 5 minutes. And after that, in case anybody is having any error, any discussion or want to ask us something, our handles are here. You can just connect with us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and we will be happy to help.
happy to help. Yeah,
Yeah, do make sure do in case you have attended the session and in case you liked something about it or learned from it, make sure to give us a shout out on Twitter. You can just share this
okay.
particular like a stream link, or you can click a screenshot from one of this stream and you can post it on on Twitter, and
Twitter
you can tag me or
and LinkedIn.
Tezos and Tafir, and we will be happy to help you. Like we will be happy to see
And
you.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, if you really want to like you want us to host a great workshop at your place as well, you can reach out to us as well. We
We
can
will be
host
happy to
this
connect
type of
with
workshop
the
at your place.
yeah, we will be happy to connect with the new clubs that are coming, and we will be happy to interact with them because that's what I love to do. I think
Yeah, Harsh.
Harsh is not coming. I think then we can end this